So, even I am now a proud owner of the Diamond Select Art Asylum model of the U.S.S. Enterprise NCC 1701, and this is the rare cage version of the model. I got it from eBay from an American seller for quite a nice price. It was released, as you can see, 10 years ago as a part of the 40th anniversary. This is the front side of the box. Sorry, the back side of the box. Okay, it was the top part of the box. This is the back side of the box. Now you can see some promos for other Diamond Select products, a description of the real starship. But now this is what bugs me. As you can see, it's clearly recycled box from the original model. It doesn't have any cage specifics, and you can see crew members which were not on the cage. There is slight damage on the box, but that can be because of the transportation. Now I needed to use some force, not in a Star Wars sense, but it was really hard to get this thing out of the box. And it's going out, it's going out, it's going out. The wonderful warp nacelles. The shuttle bay door. And this is the top view. And this was a nice booklet added to it. And now the fun part starts. The fun part is getting the model out of the box. It was completely unnecessarily tied up with that, I don't know what material it was, but I had to use my strongest knife to get it cut. It's some kind of metal, I think. So if you are like me and you like to keep the box of a quite expensive model, that's a problem with Diamond Select. This is the bottom part of the box, as you can see. So first thing, you get to remove the tape, which of course damages the paper box. Then you have to use some pressure and some knives. This is the stand and the replacement cover, which I didn't put out of the box yet. And now you can see the model and the first major problem, the paint job. Not sure if you can see it, but just look at the red stripes. Here you can see the red dots, which were definitely not supposed to be there. Also, they could mask the screw part. And this is an ugly black line. The parts don't fit together. There is a big gap, which you will see on other parts also. This is the nice double deflector dish, which was changed for the later versions of the model. This is the bottom part of the saucer section. And CC 1701. The wonderful windows. The spiky antennas and another black line. Also you can see that this is slightly misaligned, the red stripes. The same up here on the saucer section. And another incorrectly put together part with thick black lines. This is how the end of the nacelles looks like in this version of the model. This is really ugly, really ugly. They could, I don't know, but they should definitely do it better. It's quite annoying to have these big black lines. It's not joined properly. Another thing you notice that the U.S.S Enterprise NCC 1701 is not centered properly, but it was also on the original model, so this is okay. And now I tried some sounds and lights. They worked in the box, but they didn't work here. So I didn't know if I was doing something incorrectly. Because as you can see, I couldn't turn it on. So I got slightly nervous in this part. The funny thing was that with my right hand it did work. It did turn on the lights, but not the sounds. So I was thinking about replacing the batteries and hoping that it will work, because these obviously are 10-year-old batteries in the model. And thankfully they added this nice booklet, or how can I call it, which contains information about how to replace the batteries and some commercial prospect. Now the weird thing is that this is powered by 3 batteries. 3 AAA batteries, which is kind of unusual. And the third one, which is on the bottom one, was quite hard to get out. And there's a nice manual how to actually work with this. This is the commercial flyer, which is basically promoting other action figures, which I hope we'll have one day. Enterprise E replica. And the original crew. And the cage crew, which they could add to this model automatically. It would be so much better, but you know, selling them separately means more money. And now this is how it looks after replacing the batteries. Sorry for the mess around, but this was shot immediately after replacing the batteries. And as you can see, much later in the evening.
To full power.
This is the all lights on feature. After holding 5 seconds, all lights will go on. Again, these nasty things, I hate them, absolutely. They should definitely try to mask them somehow, or I don't know, but it looks ugly. But the rest of the model looks fantastic. And it's time for me to go to eBay and try to get the other models. The Where No Man Has Gone Before model and the standard TV show model. And if I'll be successful, I will of course do some videos about them. Or if anybody of you has a spare model which they would be able to sell cheaply, let me know. Because it really looks very nice. Now this is the stand, which I'm not going to put out of the box probably because everybody on the internet hates it and says it's quite breakable. So, bye.